You know, people will run up back in the days to girls like this, their age. This man is walking up to a 15-year-old asking this that way. Oh man, ain't no way, ain't no way. Let's continue, man, with the Diddy parties. Shout out to Gene Deal and Art of Dialogue. This is what Gene Deal had to say about Diddy and Usher.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, "Yo, I don't F with that dude." And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And we'll probably say, "Yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that." You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard it, and that's what happened. So, and just to hear this.
Not saying that something happened. Maybe he gave him some Indian food. Who knows?
Some spices. So if that's true, that's crazy.
That is crazy. One thing we know, that Gene Deal is not someone who throws out of nowhere something out there. But that's crazy.
It might explain Usher's tendency to be over sexual with his shows.
Yep. Yep.
And this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, you know, that's just something that I heard.
Crazy, man. Let's hope not. It's some things we'll never know. But thinking about that, and then they call it, I think Usher called it the Diddy Flavor Camp. And that's where he sent Justin to as well. Let's hope not.
If it is true that, what I'm gonna say right now is purely hypothetical because no one knows what really happened. At least we don't. If it's true that Usher went through that trauma by the hands of Diddy, what does it say if it is also true that he let Justin go to Diddy?
Yep.
As a 15-year-old, first to go hang out with him in New York, and then maybe even the flavor camp afterwards.
Yeah, it's crazy if you think about it, right? It's crazy. That would make him an accomplice. Fair use. This is Wendy Williams interviewing Diddy. And look at her response when something is said by Diddy.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You represent a lot. As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You represent a lot.
Wendy is the one who's been saying some stuff about a lot of rappers back in the days. She knew the scoops. Sometimes she didn't share everything. So, hey man, crazy.
So you're saying, so are you saying that she was stuttering because she didn't want it
was
to
like,
happen?
oh shit. She didn't want them to meet the kid,
Yeah.
know who he is.
Yeah.
Didn't he try to fire her, get her fired? Do you remember that allegation?
Was it Diddy? Or was I remember that story. I know Diddy tried, but I don't know. I thought it was someone else.
Yeah, I think it was Diddy who was trying to get her fired when she was on the radio for talking crazy. So maybe this happened before that. Who knows? But let's go to Diddy in other situations. And this is the wildest one yet. Fair use.
And the best villain is Gervais Chase the Ring.
Hey! Oh my gosh, this still rocks! Dude, I totally know what I do, and playing Tomorrow was definitely one of the best characters, or should I say the creepiest, so... this whole movie has been a great experience for me, and I just want to thank everybody. I just want to thank everybody involved in this movie, and especially director Gore Verbinski. And also I want to thank my mom, my grandma, and God, without whom I wouldn't be here. So, I just want to say,
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Thanks, MTV Rock! What is the MTV movie award?
Come to the after party tomorrow. Yeah! Come to the after party tomorrow. Yeah! Still to come.
That's crazy.
That's how you run up on
And it's
girls.
not what he said, but how he
It's
said it.
how. Yeah.
Now I
Again.
understand what
MTV
went
movie
on.
award.
Come to the after party tomorrow. Yeah! Come to the after party tomorrow.
People will run up back in the days to girls like this, their age. This man is walking up to a 15-year-old asking this that way.
KaiR, do you think because now our minds, two things, we're older now as well, you and I, but
Yeah.
I think we're also living in a time where people we think immediately of the worst things, right? So
Yeah.
it's also due to cancel culture. Do you think that people saw that joke as normal, considered it as normal back then? Because we need to place ourselves in that time. So now it's already tainted because we also know who Diddy is.
Yes,
But
we
do
know
you
who
think
he
that
is,
because what that says is that there might be people like Diddy just showing us all the signs, all the red flags in plain sight, but we
ignore him.
do not see it because we don't have the context.
Yeah, I think, and we can close off this section as well with this part. I think what we see now is that first of all, we have a better context. We know that certain people in high places do weird stuff. It's more in the open. Back in the days, it was more like, let's call it a closed society. Only the people who are there know. And right now, with the exposure of, let's say, the Island Boy and also Diddy and a bunch of other people like from the Steam Corporation, the brothers, one is locked up. people are more aware of this. So that's point one. Do I think that people? I think people thought, maybe some people thought it was maybe a bit suspect, certain people, but I think majority of the people were seeing it more as a joke.
So innocent. So well,
Innocent, yeah. But yeah, in hindsight is also always 2020, they say. So yeah, I to be honest, I think the insiders know that what he was saying might have been something to be worried about. People who have been into the in the industry, I think as well. The celebrity culture is I would say a dying culture. So celebrity worshiping, let's put it that way. It's still there, but it seems to be going down. If you look at how, for example, during the last election, you had all these well-known people supporting Kamala. Back in the days, in the early 2000s, this would have moved the culture. Like when people were supporting Barack, the amount of well-known people, celebrities that were supporting Barack was so overwhelming. That might have pushed the needle towards him. But these days, hey man, nobody cares about, definitely because we know what type of people they could be behind the scenes. So I think that their behavior also is being used against them. Like people say, okay, it's great that you're a great actor, but I don't know what you're doing after the act. Once they say cut, you might be out here having buckful parties. I don't know. You're out here hanging out with Diddy. I don't know what you're doing. Your best friends, let's call it the female. There is a well-known female, billionaire female, who was hanging out with the biggest producers all this time. I think people are starting to they're starting to lose their reputation, in a sense where people are saying, okay, celebrities are celebrities, but hey, they have nothing to say about morals and anything because these people are wackos. So I think that has to do with it. I think I answered your question, right?